Good evening and welcome to Tea Time.
Everybody, welcome to Tea Time. That's right, it's Monday, 8 o'clock, and I'm so excited you're joining me because I have another great show for you. But let me talk about my weekend real quick because you know my show goes fast. So Friday, what I do you notice my hair's a little darker, a little shorter? I went to go get a cut and a color from my girl Diane in Massapequa, so thank you, Diane, I appreciate it. And then I went straight to Bayside because my wonderful neighbor in Bayside turned 90. And Anita McCord, God bless you, she's known me since there she is. She's beautiful. She's known me since I'm 4 years old when I first moved to Bayside, and we celebrated her 80th birthday, and God bless her, we celebrated her 90th at a wonderful Italian restaurant called Grace's in Bayside. And she said to me, we have to do this again for my 100th. And I said, abso-freaking-lutely. And we had a blast, and I love her so deeply. Her birthday, she actually turned 90 in February, but with COVID and everything, we waited till the weather got nicer, and it was so good seeing her. I love her so much. Saturday, what did I do Saturday morning? I got up and I went to go support Rescuing Families. My friend Gina and Vinny, it's a non-profit organization. That's right. Right now, they're doing a barbecue. Okay, right up there. It's called Restoring Hope. And I hope everyone comes. It's a big barbecue. There's face painting for the kids. It's a great event. So make sure you get your tickets to that and support a great nonprofit. They help everybody with disabilities who need to renovate their homes. Sunday, I did laundry because everyone needs clean underwear. And then I went back to Queens to see my dad because my dad is up from Florida, and I haven't seen him since December. And I gave him his Father's Day card, and I just love hanging out with my parents. So that was my weekend. And now I want to say hello, Tony Welch. Thank you for watching. Hello, Bruno. Hello, everybody watching the show. I'm so excited because I have to the left of me this wonderful man named John Messina. He's an actor, he's a teacher, and he is a writer. And I want to thank you for joining me, and welcome to Tea Time.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well,
thank you.
I'm thrilled you're here, and I'm excited because John reached out to me and was telling me all about what he's doing, and I want to help in any way possible. And I shared a couple of my war stories with him. But let's get to you. You're originally from New Hyde Park.
That's correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
And I know that you met and dated your beautiful wife, Jamie, there. She was your high school sweetheart.
That is correct, yeah.
You're married with kids.
Yes, I am. 2 girls, 2 lovely daughters.
Nice. It's so sweet. Well, you're in for some big trouble.
Oh, I know it. I know it. You don't have to tell me.
As they get older, boy, let me tell you. So where did you go to high school?
I went to Herrick's High School.
Okay.
Which is located in New Hyde Park.
Yeah.
I'm actually a teacher in the high school that I went to.
You are?
I am.
That's so cool. And what do you teach?
I teach health, phys ed, and sports medicine.
And I should have known that by looking at you. And where'd you go after high school? Where'd you go to college?
For undergrad, I went to CW Post.
Okay.
And then my master's degree at Adelphi.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you always know that you wanted to teach?
No, not even close. not even nowhere near.
So what did you want to be when you grew up?
So oddly
John?
enough, I was always into 2 very important things to me. Number one, sports. I always love sports,
Yeah.
being physically active, things like that.
Yeah.
But my other passion was being artistic. And I wasn't really sure kind of which direction it was going to lead me in. Originally, out of high school and college, I thought I was going to get into movie making. And my first degree is actually in graphic design.
Really?
And my dream was to get into movies and be a graphic artist for movies.
Oh, cool.
Super cutthroat, really hard to get into.
Yeah.
Plus, you kind of have to live on the West Coast for something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Especially 20 years ago when I was going through it. So it kind of never really panned out for me in that way. But I did get the degree. I got a job in the field for a while.
Right.
But it really wasn't for me. So
Okay.
I kind of tossed it around with my, my folks, my parents at the time.
Yeah.
And I came across the idea to become a teacher, which I never, if you asked me in high school if you would be a teacher, I honestly would have thought you were crazy for a whole boatload of reasons. But here I am 20 years in, and I've been teaching for 20 years. Yeah.
God bless, boy.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, a lot has changed from when you and I went to high school. I mean, I'm older than you, but the point is that, the kids today aren't like,
The kids are a little,
they weren't brought up the way we were raised.
A little different.
Okay. Because we both come from, strict Italian households, and there's respect, and there's rules, and there's regulations. And
What's that R word?
Yeah, respect.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Because I remember my father saying, you don't have to love me, but you're going to respect me. And I know that when I moved from Queens to Long Island, it was kind of like a culture shock because my daughter wasn't able to do a lot of things her friends were able to do. I mean, I was not allowing her to go to a mall by herself at 12 years old. It just wasn't happening.
And I'm the same way with my kids, and everybody laughs at me for being that way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, my daughter was not happy either when she said, so-and-so wants me to go over her house. So I said, okay, well, I walked her up to the door to meet the mother or a parent, or, I want to know where, are you normal? I mean, I want to meet the parent where her friends were just dropped off and
see you later.
Yeah, bye. And I'm like, wow, they don't want to know nothing. I was like, it was surprising to me. It really was surprising to me. But I'm sure over the years you've seen a lot of things change.
Yeah, I have.
I have in the school system.
I have, and there's some really great students, and there's some that are a little more
challenge
challenging. But we make it work.
Absolutely.
We make it work.
Well, you actually studied at HB Studios.
I did.
And when did you do that?
I did that last year. I did that for a while last year.
So that's recent.
Yeah, that was a recent run that I had there. Was with Vinny Pastore from The Sopranos.
Very nice. Yes, I looked into that too. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's fabulous.
Wow, amazing. Well, listen, kudos to you for teaching.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure this was a very challenging time, especially with, COVID and what was going on. I mean, how were you able to work from home? Or how did that?
Yeah, so
how did you choreograph that?
This probably, like you said, was the most challenging year as a teacher because for me anyway, we had to do half of our students were in the building and then the other half were at home.
Wow.
So
did they alternate that at all?
Or? It was every other day, and they flip-flop every other day.
Wow.
So I literally walked around with a laptop in one hand, teach the class live, on the other side, talking to the kids at home on the laptop. It was not easy to juggle, but we got through it.
Okay. So did you end the year with the kids all back in school, or?
No, we ended the year. It's called a hybrid model.
Okay.
Where, half the kids come and half the kids stay home. And
So they just did that till the end of the year.
They did it the whole school year.
All right. So hopefully in September, everyone will be back.
Yes, I'm praying. Because I don't want to do that again. Please, if you're listening.
I could imagine it's especially hard for someone in phys ed, it's almost like teaching an aerobics class, right?
We were doing an exercise class on live video stream like we're doing now.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm so excited to have John in studio with me. Again, he's an actor, teacher, and writer. We're going to take our first quick break from my sponsor, but please don't go away because we have a lot more to talk about with John Messina. We'll be right back. 1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Kristen Tinsley is the Divine Comedian, tarot reads, and spiritual medium. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel, The Divine Comedian. That's D-I-V-I-N-E, Comedian, F-E-M-E-D-I-A-N. Check it out and let her tell you what your future holds.
Well, hi there, Teresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Teresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you, John York from General Hospital, for those beautiful, kind words. I'm hoping to have you on my show soon. And to the Mediterranean Grill, 1313 Mediterranean Grill. No, that is not their address, so don't get confused. But let me tell you something. Even though he's located in Belmore/Wantagh, this man delivers all over to Merrick, to Massapequa, Seaford. So you know what? I have to tell you, the food is amazing there. And they deliver. So give Robert a call and tell him Teresa from Tea Time told me your food is amazing. Hello, Bruno. Thank you, everyone, for watching the show. Please like it. Please share it. I appreciate you tuning in. I have John Messina sitting to the left of me. He's an actor. He's a teacher. He's a writer. And I'm so thrilled that he reached out to me to tell me his story because boy, we have a lot of similarities, and I've got stories to tell, and some of you know them and some of you don't. But let's get into tell me about growing up and the challenges you had, and then tell me about what you did every Friday night with your parents.
You got it. So in my house, movie night every Friday, that was a family staple. I grew up in the best decade known as the 80s.
Yeah.
And grew up with movies like Superman, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Godfather, Jaws. I mean, the list goes on and on. But movie night was very important to us. And it was something we kind of took a lot of pride in. We looked forward to every end of the week. Come Friday, family time, we watch a new movie. And it actually was a life-changing moment. And I'll get to that momentarily. But I started out as a young kid. I grew up with a very bad learning disability.
Okay.
And when you're a child growing up with a learning disability, it affects you in many ways, not just scholastically in school and how you're learning, but it affects your confidence level.
Yes.
Your anxiety. I mean, the list goes on and on. And mine was not an easy one. It was not a good one. So I couldn't read, I couldn't write, and it took me a very long time to really grasp how to conquer those hurdles.
Right. Were you diagnosed with dyslexia or any kind of disorder?
I never had dyslexia.
Okay.
It was more just a learning disability, a cognitive issue for me.
Okay.
Developmentally, I wasn't developing at the same rate as the other kids my age.
Right.
So I was a little bit behind, actually, a lot behind.
Right.
And it took me some time to learn how to, like I said, how to jump those hurdles a little bit.
Yeah, like
all of us.
Tricks.
We all have our our little issues and whatnot.
Absolutely.
We all have our hurdles, but we have to find a way to break through that.
Yeah.
And for me, my breakthrough moment was something that happened on a Friday night. It was movie night, and I had finished up a school year, one of the worst school years I ever had. I think I failed every single test I ever took that year. And it wasn't due to lack of effort. And if my parents were here, they'd tell you that. I tried super hard. And, it didn't work for me. It didn't click.
Right.
My disability was kind of overcoming me at the time.
Yeah.
And they realized this. My parents sensed this. So what they did was they made this specific movie night like extra special. They made it like a big event.
Yeah.
So they sat me down. They said, we're going to show you a real special movie. And it's a movie that inspired us, meaning my mother and father.
Right.
And they were hoping it would have the same effect on me.
Right.
And the movie that my father went into the little cabinet and he emerged with this movie in his hand, the old VHS tape.
Yeah.
And the way he was presenting it, as if it was like the holy grail of movies. And little did I know down the road, it really was the holy grail of movies. But he emerged with the original Rocky 1.
Right.
And as an 8-year-old, I had no idea. I never heard of this film.
Mhm.
I'd never seen it. I knew
Wow.
nothing about it.
Yeah.
But they sat me down. My mother sat next to me. My dad sat next to me. I was in the middle. And they played this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
And you were 8?
long
8
story
at the
short, I
time?
was 8 years old.
8 years
I remember it literally. I'm going to be 43. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Right.
Literally like
Yeah.
it was happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I fell in love with the film.
Who didn't?
I probably didn't even understand half the storyline because I'm 8 years old.
Right.
But you could feel the emotion. You could feel the emotion and the inspiration that's being, pumped to you throughout that film.
Yeah.
And the messaging involved in that. And, fast forward to the end of the film. I'm hoping all the viewers that are watching have seen this movie. If you haven't,
If
you
not, you
missed
have to see
something.
the
I mean, you
original,
have to watch
Rocky.
the original.
Yeah,
Please watch the
definitely.
original.
Yeah.
But it comes to the final fight scene.
Yeah.
And the end of the final fight, specifically, it's called Round 14.
Round 14.
Anybody that's in the Rocky community that's seen this movie knows Round 14. It's a very big moment in the film. And Rocky gets knocked down for that last time. And everybody in the crowd is counting him out, even his own manager is saying, stay down, stay down.
Yes.
And, he's the ultimate underdog in the film.
Yeah.
Nobody expects much of him.
Right.
He just wants to go the distance. That's his dream going into that fight.
Yeah.
And he winds up crawling around on the floor and climbing to his feet, literally pulling himself up with the ropes and climbing to his feet. And something about watching that as a kid, it just hit me hard, like really deep in the heart.
Yeah.
And not to sound like cliche, but I saw myself in the character. I didn't
Yeah.
want to be a boxer. I had no aspirations of, being a boxer.
You saw an
But I-
underdog and someone who was struggling.
I related
overcome his struggle.
wholeheartedly to the character of Rocky.
Yeah.
Of constantly getting knocked down, but just getting back up all the time.
Never
That's like
giving
the
up.
key in life.
Yeah.
So that's how I interpreted it, as an 8-year-old, and
Mhm.
how I still interpret that. And that's kind of how I face all my challenges moving forward.
Right.
Even at this present age, like if I'm having a difficult time with something, Round 14 pops in. I swear to God.
Well, I told you I wake up to the Rocky theme every
That's
morning.
amazing. They
I
should make
really
alarm
do.
clocks with that. I mean,
you
it
know
would
what?
be-
You're right. You're
Right?
right. And that movie came out November 21st, 1976.
Mhm.
And I went to go see it in the movie theater. I think I went with my girlfriend Lucia, but someone had to be with us because we were young also when we saw it.
Right.
And I just remember saying, I wanted to do everything he did.
Mhm.
I wanted to drink those raw eggs, and I wanted to do everything he did.
That's
I was
so
like, yeah, I'm
funny.
going to set my alarm clock that early, and I just wanted to be like a female version of him, not box or anything,
Right.
but just like you said, the inspiration was set.
Mhm.
He set a foundation, and you call it like a spiritual awakening.
100%.
That round 14, you know what
Yep.
I mean? And I think a lot of people can relate to that because you see that movie, and between the unbelievable music
Mhm.
and then the cinematography and the acting and just everything, combined, you just feel like you're on the top of Mount Everest,
Mhm.
and it's a really cool feeling.
Absolutely.
So what I want to talk about is you actually unfortunately lost both your parents and your grandmother. You actually lost 3 pivotal people in your
Mhm.
life within a short amount of time. And at one point, you and your dad said you were going to run the Rocky Steps together, right?
Absolutely. That was like one of our lifelong dreams that we always, my dad was Rocky.
Yeah.
He lived a life very similar to the character of Rocky.
Right.
Not that my dad was a boxer, because he wasn't, but being the underdog and kind of
Overcoming
being
obstacles.
counted
Yeah,
out,
Yeah.
but overcoming that was my dad.
Yeah.
And that's something I always looked up to,
Yeah.
you know.
But what did he say to you? He made you. He wanted you to make him a
so
promise.
my dad got sick. He got sick 5 years ago with cancer, and we kind of knew it was coming toward the end for him, and I'm sure he knew as well. And obviously, very difficult time for me and my family. But about 48 hours before my dad's passing, he called me in to kind of have, I guess, what was now our last conversation. And in that conversation, he pulled me in real close. He got real serious for a moment, and he said, "You have to do me a favor." And if you knew anything about my dad was like such a character, extremely funny. Everybody loved him.
Yeah. So
initially, when he said, "You got to do me a favor," God only knows what's going to come flying out of his mouth.
Yeah.
He was extremely funny, but there was something about the look in his eye. And I knew that this was going to get a little serious.
Yeah.
So he pulled me in and he said, "You have to run the Rocky steps for me. That's like of utmost importance."
Right.
And obviously I promised him I would.
Right.
And he wound up passing away 48 hours after that little speech that he gave me. And devastating. It was really tough.
Oh, yeah.
Really tough. When you lose your hero, like my dad's my superhero to me.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And he was young. And it's
my dad was young. He was in his mid-60s. He was young. And he wasn't like an older guy. He was very, young and vivacious. He had a lot of spirit. Yeah. And he could run circles around 20-year-olds. That's how my dad was.
Yeah.
So to lose him was tough.
Yeah.
To lose him was tough. And then shortly thereafter, about a year after my dad's passing, I wind up getting a phone call from my mom, who we'd have Sunday was kind of like catch-up time for us. We would speak, and she would give me a call, and we would talk and have a lovely little morning talk about what happened the previous week.
Right.
But when she called me, she was kind of slurring her speech on the phone. And my mom, this is another little funny tidbit, a little side note about my mom. She would never drank a drink in her life. We actually made fun of her throughout her whole life. So to hear her slurring her words was strange. So I said to her as a joke, "Were you drinking last night? Were you out partying a little too much?" But she said no, but she wound up waking up that morning with a terrible headache.
Okay.
And long story short, me and my family, obviously we acted quickly and we got her to a hospital, get checked out, and she wound up having stage 4 brain cancer. She wound up living a short time, after that, and maybe 6 months. And my mom and my dad were gone. It was real tough. Again, my mother also, like my dad, had so much. She had like 3 times the amount of energy that I ever had.
That's my mom. I call my mom the Energizer Bunny. Yeah.
The woman literally slept like 2 hours a night. We actually called her a vampire because she literally didn't sleep.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand how she pulled that off, but she did. And then 24 hours after my mom died, my mother's mother passed away. It was a very, very vicious little cycle that we went through.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a very short period of time.
Right.
But like anything else,
it's tough. That it's hard. It's hard to lose 3 close family members. And I know you mentioned that your grandmother wanted to be with her daughter. And it's life is crazy and throws you curveballs, boy. Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
So, tell me, when did you fulfill that promise to your dad?
Okay, so here's where things get a little interesting. So about, I would say after my dad passed away, then my mom, then my grandmother. We're talking about like a 1.5-year span between all 3.
Right.
About 6 months after my grandma died, I went into like, I guess what you can call a depression. It was a rough, rocky road. Just nothing was clicking in every aspect of my life. Nothing seemed to be working.
Right.
And you could feel it, as an adult. Just you wake up on a daily basis and you just don't have that fire anymore. That passion, that drive to do the things that make, I guess that light your engine.
Yeah.
And I felt that. And I felt that for months, and it carried on for months, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And something strange happened to me, and I don't even know why or how, but I woke up one February morning, and I just had a completely different mindset that morning when I woke up. And my mindset was, holy crap, I forgot. I have to go do this thing for my dad. I have to go to the Rocky Steps and fulfill this promise. And I knew that day, that's my mission. I have to get in my car. I got to get to Philadelphia, and I have to go and do these steps.
And this was February, and it was like 7 o'clock at night,
yeah,
right?
so I sit down to eat dinner with my wife and kids.
Yeah.
We feed the kids.
And
I'm sitting there.
guess what, honey? Gotta go.
I'm barely eating. And, I say to my wife, listen, I have to go. And she looks at me like I have 3 heads. And I'm like, no, I don't mean like I have to leave you. I love you. But like, I have to do this thing for my dad. Please just. And she totally understood. My wife, she's known me my whole life.
Since high school.
She knows my story. So she got it right away.
Yeah,
she said, go, do your thing. So I got in my car and drove. I wound up getting to the steps at like 10:30 at night, middle of February. Like I said, it's 25 degrees.
Wow.
And if you've ever been down to the Philly Steps, the Philadelphia Art Museum, it's kind of like a Manhattan scene. It's very hectic, very crowded. When I pulled up, it was a ghost town.
Oh, sure.
It was a complete ghost town.
Yeah.
So I pull up, I park literally at the base of the steps. I get out, and it's me and the steps. And if you've ever been there, you're literally transformed into the movie.
It's so true.
Right?
So true.
I mean, the sights, the sounds.
I was there. I too had a brain tumor, but thank God it was benign. I had brain surgery, and that was on my bucket list, was to run the Rocky Steps, all 72 of them. And I sent John the video before the show because I ran up those steps, and my girlfriend was like kind of like singing the Rocky theme in the background, but she didn't zoom in. And I said to him, kind of zoom in and follow me. And when I got to the top, I'm jumping around with my arms up, just like Rocky. I was so excited. I tripped over my own foot. I landed on my ass.
Listen,
but
those steps are powerful.
They
There's a lot of power
and
in those steps.
And you get to the top, and something happens to you. It really does. It's electric.
Yeah.
Did you feel that?
Yeah. So this is what happened to me. I get to the steps. I'm at the base. If you've ever been there again, you look up. There's a lot of steps.
Yeah, and you can't see the top.
It's very high. It looks like it never ends. So I begin to make this emotional climb to the top.
Yeah.
But as I'm taking each step, I feel like I'm gaining like a little bit of strength, and it's weird. I'm like getting stronger with each step.
Right.
So I finally make it to the top.
Yeah.
And I turn and I look out at the city of Philly, which is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I just collapse because I guess all the emotions hit me all at once. And I'm sitting there with my head in my hands. And I probably cried for like 15 straight minutes. And I hope nobody was there watching me, because they probably would have thought I was an insane maniac. But anyway, as I'm getting really emotional at the top, something else hits me. And it hits me like as if I stuck my finger in an electric socket, and electricity is flowing through my veins.
Yeah.
And
I think that was your dad. And your mom,
honestly,
and your grandmother.
I think
all 3 were probably with you at that moment.
I would agree with you, because I felt comfort that I hadn't felt in a long time.
Yeah.
And
did you just get the chills?
I constantly get
Did
the
you get
chills.
the chills?
I do.
You know that means they're here at this moment.
Oh boy.
Did you know that?
Is that right?
Yeah. When you get the chills, you talk about someone who's passed. Because I talk about my girlfriend Betsy, who passed 5 years ago. And when you get that chill, just know that they're with you at that moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I do too.
Very spiritual.
Yeah.
So I get hit with this idea. Electricity's flowing. I feel like this fire is, burning inside me that I hadn't felt in a long time. And the idea, literally at the top of the Rocky Steps in the middle of winter, is to write Fight Story.
To write Fight Story. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Baby.
Oh, yeah, we're going to leave you with a cliffhanger. Right now, we're going to go to my sponsor. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Fight Story. So stay right where you are. We'll be back after these messages. 1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Val's Crafty Creations. Are you looking for something personalized? She's the one to do it. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check it out. Val's Crafty Creations. From t-shirts, stemware, houseware. She does it all for any occasion. Val's Crafty Creations.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Teresa Canastraci Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Teresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it. Hey, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you, Sal the Voice Valentinetti. I hope he comes on my show soon too. I had him on in the past, and he was part of the Bat Boy Yankee Miracle cast, which was a lot of fun. And we're going to be starting that up again in August. So let me get back to my guest, John Messina. Again, he is an actor, he's a teacher, he's a writer, and we just left you with a cliffhanger, okay? So he runs up those 72 steps in the dead of winter in February. He gets to the top of the stairs, and you know what? His family's with him at that moment. I know this. And you hear fight story. So what did that mean to you at that moment, and what did you do when you went home?
So the idea to write Fight Story hits me, and I guess it hit me because I said to myself, there's got to be other people out there like me,
Okay.
who have been through some really tough situations,
Yeah.
but made it through those tough situations because of their inspiration that they gained from watching the Rocky films.
Yes.
And that's what happened to me. I went through some tough things, but I made it through because of the inspiration that I learned from these movies.
Right.
And obviously my parents and my family members. But that was like so instrumental in my growth as a adolescent, you know, as a child growing up, especially with a learning disability.
Yes.
These Rocky movies changed me.
Yes.
So that's when the idea hit me. And I'm sitting up there, I'm like, oh my God, I think I have a really good idea. There's got to be other people out there like me.
Yes.
I got to now get home. Now I have like this reignited passion. I feel like fire is back burning in my soul that I felt was kind of extinguished for a little while after my, the loss that I had. So I immediately got in my car that night, drove through the night, got home, and I didn't sleep. I didn't go to sleep when I got home.
I wouldn't have
immediately
either.
started to write the concept for a Fight Story.
Right. And tell everyone, once you had the concept in your head and you went home and you started writing, did it like just kind of like flow out of you? Like you were like giving birth to this?
Yeah, it didn't even take that much thinking, because I feel like these ideas and concepts have been inside me
Manifesting.
probably for decades. I'm not kidding when I say that.
Yeah.
So when it kind of came to fruition and everything was coming together, it just flowed. Like it was so easy. And I had the whole concept written out in my head and on paper within a few hours.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
Now, the next step that I had to take
Yeah. What do you do with it?
Right. I needed to recruit people and see for myself if there's other people like me out there.
Right.
So check this out.
Okay.
I pay $9.99.
Yeah, I didn't see this. I'm kind of upset that I didn't.
I
but
paid
go ahead.
$9.99 for one Facebook ad.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The ad was to be posted on a Friday
Yes.
and run through the weekend and end on a Sunday.
Right.
And the ad basically was recruiting people kind of like me.
See what I wrote? Sorry, didn't see it. Go ahead.
People like myself that went through some tough stuff,
Yeah.
but made it through because of the Rocky films.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to put feelers out there to see if there
You
were
get
other
any
people
bites.
out there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
See if I got some bites.
Yeah.
So the ad started Friday night.
Right.
Woke up Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
250 emails in my inbox.
Wow.
250. Woke up Sunday morning,
Uh-huh.
500 emails in my inbox. A few days later, over 1,000 emails in my inbox.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my God, I'm onto something again.
Yeah.
So this is striking a chord with people.
Right.
And let's move forward. Let's move forward. So now the task of reading through all these emails.
Yeah.
It took me probably 6-7 months. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
And people have asked me,
That's
have
about, almost as, as much time to have a baby,
Yeah,
right? 9
yeah.
months, 7 months, whatever. Good.
People have asked me, did you read through every single one? And the answer is simple. Absolutely yes. I would
Yes.
never deprive somebody of that.
Right. Now, what was the criteria, though?
So the
did they have
criteria
to
was
say,
simple.
Rocky really inspired me to overcome my obstacles in life.
Yeah.
I mean,
They had to be somebody that was kind of well versed in the Rocky saga.
yes.
But yes, absolutely. They had
Yeah.
to have some tough situations.
Right.
But making it through because of the Rocky films, that was like pivotal.
Right.
That was
Right.
paramount.
Yeah.
That had to happen.
Mhm.
And, some of the stories had that and some didn't. Some, I think some people, just wanted to be involved, and that's okay too.
Right.
But so many of these stories were incredible, and
Yeah.
I'm reading through and they're so inspirational
Right.
and emotional. And it wound up becoming so difficult to choose the right ones.
Right. Well, how many did you have in your head that you wanted to choose?
So
and did you want to?
initially,
Yeah,
I wanted to keep it under 10.
under 10. But did you see this as a feature movie? Did you see this as a documentary? Did you see this as a running series? How did you originally see it in your head?
I originally saw it as a kind of like an every week throw out a new story, one story per week,
Okay.
20 minutes to a half hour
Okay.
each story.
Uh-huh.
But because I got such big feedback, I've turned it into a feature film.
Okay.
And it's going to be a 3-part feature film.
Okay.
So we're talking an hour and 15, hour and a half per part,
Okay.
3-part series.
Mhm.
Um,
And so you have your 10 people.
and we've narrowed it down to 15. I have my 15 core stories that we're
Okay.
going to go with.
Uh-huh.
So my next step after I read through all the emails was contacting each individual,
Right.
and I set up a Zoom conference with each person because I
Right.
wanted to hear them tell their story.
Yeah, yeah.
Make it a little more personable.
Right.
Personable.
And see if they speak clearly and
Yeah,
and
that's
you could
the other
understand
thing.
them.
That's the other thing. We're
Yeah.
putting people in front of a camera.
Right.
If they're not well understood, it's going to be hard to
Yeah,
kind of
it's
sell
hard to
that.
tell their story.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was another criteria that I was kind of,
mhm.
keeping for myself
Right.
as a director.
Yeah.
And the stories that I came up with are just amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I mean, each one is just unfriggin' believable.
I have a feeling like the Rocky trilogy.
Mhm.
Yours might turn into a trilogy.
Oh God, please! I hope so. I really do. And when I say I hope so, and I'd like to make this very clear to everybody,
Yeah.
I am not doing this to make money. The reason I'm doing this is like so much bigger and way beyond just making money.
Yes.
It's about helping people.
Yeah.
And each story is different in their own right, and they tell a different story within.
Mhm.
And I think when people see it and they see how some other people, manage to make it through, some
It'll
really
inspire.
tough stuff,
That will inspire other people as well.
it's going to inspire a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's my goal and dream, is to inspire people.
It's huge. It really is huge because, you're doing this all out of your own pocket. And I also want to hold up that poster. You want to grab
Sure.
it real quick and we'll show them the poster. I love the poster. It says, we all have one fight story. And let's fix the glare. There we go.
A little glare. Yeah,
And, obviously you took that in Philly
I did.
because there's the statue, the famous statue.
Mhm.
And it's great. And what I love about this, John is funding all this himself. And he also has, which I want everyone to know, if you go to Bull Dough, it's BULL Dough, DOUGH.com. He's selling swag there, like the hat and T-shirts and sweatshirts, and all the proceeds go to children with autism. And again, kudos to you for not
Thank
putting
you.
it back in your pocket or towards, this feature.
Mhm.
This is a labor of love. and
It sure
it
is.
came from up above. I just made a rhyme, but
That was pretty good.
I like that.
That was
But
good.
I think it's true. I think we all have this journey, and I'm a very spiritual person, especially when you come close to dying like 5 times like I did, and I just feel God puts certain people in your path for a reason. And I'm blessed that John is sitting here with me telling this story, because I know it's going to touch so many people out there who have trauma in their life, who have struggles in their life. We've all been through something. None of us are, titanium where we can bounce things off of us. We all go through things. Thank you, Jillian, for putting down the website. I appreciate that. And thank you for everyone tuning in, watching. Please like the show, please share it. So I love the poster.
Thank you.
And because you were in graphics, I'm sure this was, another thing that you
Yeah,
know.
all of the graphics I do on my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not within the film. That's for my guys to do,
Yeah.
my camera crew.
And while we're talking, I usually do this at the end of the show, but because we're holding this up, I want everyone to know how to follow you. He's Johnny. Now, this is a pain in the ass.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And it's Johnny, but the O is the number 0. Okay.
And the O and boy.
And the O and boy. So it's Johnny, and it's _. Okay. And the boy, again, the number O and boy, and then _. Okay. I'll put it on my page. You can find it, but you can follow him on Instagram. He's also on Facebook. Again, we're gonna, you know what? Before we go to commercial, you know what? We'll go to commercial. We're gonna go to commercial break, and we're gonna leave you hanging again. When we come back, we're gonna show the trailer. Don't go away. 1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Kristen Tinsley is the Divine Comedian, tarot reads, and spiritual medium. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel, The Divine Comedian. That's DIVINE, Comedian, FEMEDIAN. Check it out and let her tell you what your future holds. Val's Crafty Creations. Are you looking for something personalized? She's the one to do it. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check it out. Val's Crafty Creations. From t-shirts, stemware, houseware. She does it all for any occasion. Val's Crafty Creations. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I want to thank 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Call my friend Robert. He delivers Wantor, Seaford, Belmore, Massapequa. His food is amazing. And the feta, I like feta, but I love his feta because it's from Greece and it's not too salty and it's like creamy. It just melts in your mouth. Anyway, I can't talk about food. I'm going to get hungry. And thank you, Kristen Tinsley, my girl. Get in touch with her and Val's Crafty Creations. Check her out on Etsy. Okay. We're back with John Messina. He's an actor. He's a teacher. He's a writer. Incredible story. He's doing incredible things. Okay. We're going to show the trailer now. So here it is. Love it. Love it. Woo, I love it. Love it. It's awesome. It really is amazing.
Thank
It
you.
really is.
Thank you
It's
so
just,
much. Thank
oh,
you.
God, I get chills when I watch it too. So it says coming soon. Oh, okay. Sorry if there was no sound. I apologize for that. Okay. Sorry about that. But John has it on his page. I have it on my page. You got to see it visually, I don't know if someone's cutting in, Bobby. I don't know what's going on. All right, we'll take care of it. Anyway, listen, I am very excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I mean, so it says coming soon. So when can people expect it? Because I know you really wanted to release it on Sylvester Stallone's birthday, which is July 6th. But I have to tell you, no pressure. You can always wait till
pressure.
when the original Rocky was released. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you want to do it on his birthday, but what are the odds?
The odds of it being released on his by the 6th is very slim at this point.
Okay,
But
all right.
it's for good reason. And
Well, you want to do it right. You want to make
we
it
want
right.
to do it right. We've made some changes to the flow of the documentary.
Right.
And
Are you playing it again, Bobby? All right, no problem. Oh, sorry. We'll try to play it again at the end. All right, so stay where you are. Don't go away. So again, all right, so it may not be released on his birthday, and that's fine too, because like I said, again, it came out in November. It actually won Best Picture. You know
Yes,
that,
it
right?
did.
Yeah. Okay, so listen, everyone's got to follow John. You're gonna have a big release party.
I would like
Hey,
to.
listen, we're gonna do this.
If I
big.
have any money left, we'll have a big
I know
release
people
party.
with theaters. We'll
Okay,
we'll
good.
work it out. Believe me.
Awesome.
All right, so listen. So I gotta go like this to you because I have some trivia.
Oh no! Don't
questions.
hit me with dates. I'm terrible with dates.
I won't give you dates. Okay, I won't give you dates. I'll help you. Help you.
Help me.
So I'm going to ask you some questions, little Rocky,
Okay.
and a little bit of Sly.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, do you know what Sly's middle name is?
Gardenzio.
It's Enzio. Is it Enzio?
You look it up, girl.
I have Enzio.
Gardenzio.
Gardenzio?
Yes.
All right, I'm going with it. Do you know how tall he is?
I think he's about 5'10".
You're right. This is good. Okay, so I already gave you the release date in the theaters. The release date was November 21st, 1976. And what year? Can you tell me? Okay, wait. Can you tell me? This is so easy. You'll know it.
1976.
Good, yeah. But okay, so and when did 2 come out?
Oh man. Let's go. I'm gonna take a stab here with 76.
How many years later? Come on now.
79.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Rocky 3 came out. I'll help you. Rocky 3 came out in
82 or 3?
Yes, 82. That was
Okay.
the year I graduated high school, by the way. Rocky 4 was
That's
in
85. That I know for sure.
Yes, very
I was
good.
in the theaters watching that. It was amazing.
Rocky 4. Rocky 5.
Rocky 5, I think was 90 or 89.
Yeah, 90. That was the first time I got married. I'm on my second. Okay, and Rocky Balboa.
2006.
Yes! Ding, 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 ding.
How'd I do?
You did great. You did awesome. And just to throw that out there, in Rocky 5, Tommy Morrison, was in that movie, and he is, what I found out doing my research, the great grandson of John Wayne.
Is that true?
Yes.
That I did not know.
How crazy is that?
I did not know.
Isn't that now? You learn something
See
from me. Who knew? And also, just to quote Sly for a moment, he does oil paintings. Did you know that?
He sells paintings for a lot of money.
Yes, and he considers Leonardo da Vinci his personal hero.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is pretty cool.
And he also attended the University of Miami on an athletic scholarship. Because he's,
He's pretty
buff like you. I'm sure your physique has something to do with him too.
We'll see.
Listen, we have about 3 minutes, Bobby?
Yeah, and I'm going to try the video one more time. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to try.
All right, we're going to try the video one more time.
And then we'll just end with that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to come back. Can I come back for like a minute? Thank you. All right, we're going to try the video one more time. Hopefully you will hear
Fingers
the
crossed.
sound. Fight story.
I believe that one person has the power to change the world by simply giving people hope. In 1976, an unknown actor named Sylvester Stallone wrote and starred in a low-budget film called Rocky. The film quickly ignited a fire in millions of hearts around the world and would eventually become one of the most successful franchises of all time. Almost 45 years later, I bring to you a series of stories dedicated to everyone that's ever been knocked down, but through it all, decided to rise to their feet. These are true stories about real people that overcame tremendous adversity, all because they were inspired by one person that made them believe the impossible was possible. Everyone has one last fight left in them. Everyone has a story to tell. My name is John Messina Jr., and this is my fight story.
My name is Chris Swanson, and this is my fight story.
We're the Grasso family, and this is our fight story.
My name is Sean McFadden, and this is my fight story.
So my name is Chase Friedman, and this is my fight story.
This is our fight story.
Hey, we're back. Thank you so much, Bobby Lacerra. He's the freaking best. Okay, so now everyone watched it with the sound. And again, you know, this is someone, John Messina, that we have to follow. We have to support. You know, he's an actor. He's a teacher. He's a writer. He had this, thank you everyone for liking it. He had this pivotal moment in his life that just changed him immensely and knew what he had to do. You know, some people have that strike of lightning in their life. And, you know, sometimes it takes a person to get there a little longer, but eventually they get there. I think the moral of the story, like Rocky, is you just never give up. You just never give up hope. You never give up. You never give up on yourself. You never give up on yourself. Because if you do, there's all the would have, should have, could have's, you know, and you don't want to live with that. I know I don't.
No, certainly not.
So tell everyone before we go how, again, they can follow you on Instagram and
Instagram
Facebook.
is Johnny Boy with the two O's or zeros.
Right.
Facebook is John Messina.
Right. And again, let's tell them where they could get the swag, because all the proceeds go to children with autism.
And that's inspired by part 1 of the documentary.
Yes. So it's Bulldog, BullDough, BullDough.com, and there's these wonderful hats, and there's t-shirts. There's the t-shirts for men, t-shirts for women. There's sweatshirts. There's a lot of great swag there. Again, all the money goes to children with autism. I had a freaking blast, and I am blessed that God put you in my path.
Thank you so much.
And I want to thank everyone for watching Tea Time, supporting me. I'm here every Monday night at 8 o'clock. And if you want to be a sponsor on my show, I'd love to throw you a commercial and be on my show. Thank you to John Messina again. I can't wait to see this. Oh, you're so welcome. And everyone, have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Okay? Ciao, everybody. Take care. Stay safe.